All right, we are jumping right to it. We're a couple of weeks late anyway with this one, but we were supposed to go on at 1, but we just decided to go on now, get it over with. It is our Mortal Kombat 2021 live review, and we did you watch it when it came out on that Friday?
Yes.
Okay, so we both watched it the day it came out. We both talked about it. Um, I'm going to go over a couple of things that I liked about it. First and foremost is the character right behind us. I thought Kano was one of my favorite characters in there. I liked his jokes. I liked the scenes with him in it. I did like Kano as a character, even in the original movie. He wasn't my favorite, but in this movie he is, because I think they stay true to what his character is. My only gripe about the character itself was that he didn't have the eye. He had the power to shoot a laser beam out of his eye, but he didn't have the mechanical, the robotic eye, or the android, whatever you call it. Either way, it's still the robotic eye. That's my only gripe with the character, but I like the actor. I like what he did with it. That being said, Kitty, you have all the notes. You have your notes written down. I want to know what did you think of the movie itself?
Crap.
Yeah.
Thought it was horrible. I mean,
we were hyped about this movie too.
I was so hyped. I have never wanted to see a movie more than anything than Mortal Kombat, because I enjoyed the 1997 film. I liked it. I liked the cheese factor of it, because I was obsessed with the game. I love the game. The original Mortal Kombat was one of my favorite games. Okay. So I liked the 1997 version of it. When I knew it was coming out with the remake, I was so hyped, because look at all of the things that we could do now with movies.
Yeah.
And then the little pieces of trailers that we saw, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be really good.
Now, I do have to say, I think Annihilation came out in 97 or 98. The original came out in 95.
Was it 95?
Yeah. So for viewers at home, she's not talking about Annihilation. She's talking about the original Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, the original Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that was 95.
Not Annihilation.
Annihilation was horrible.
Annihilation was horrible. But yeah, the original.
And they changed the characters too, which bothered me. I honestly forgot that I've even watched that film. And after I watched the trailer to it. I didn't even watch it. And the trailer is the one that reminded me. I was like, oh shit, I did see that in theaters. But yeah, Annihilation, because they changed the characters, it was a different Sonya. Was it a different? No, Katana was the same. I think Katana was the only one that stayed the same. I think
Katana was the same. No, and Liu Kang was the same, I thought.
Yeah, Liu Kang, yeah. But Raiden was different. Pretty much, like I said, the main characters were different. Anyway, that being said, yeah. So she's talking about the original 95 Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, 95. It was 95. Yeah. So yeah, I went into it watching it. Just pieces of it was so annoying. Like, especially because how do you kill off Goro in like 2 seconds?
Yeah, that made no sense. Well, but the other thing is too, like, how do you kill off Kano? How do you kill off characters that you didn't see yet? You haven't seen their ability. Like I said, he didn't get the eye thing yet. The other thing is, though, too, a lot of people have been saying on the internet, or a lot of other YouTubers have been saying that it's possible that they're just going to bring the characters back.
Okay, but again, my biggest gripe was, and I don't care what anybody says, they're saying they're setting it up for 2 or 3. Where was the tournament?
Yeah, that was the other thing that bothered me too. I mean, I get it, but it's Mortal Kombat. Like, they did things backwards in this film. They didn't give us any development. The best scene in the film was the first 5-7 minutes of the film. That was it. After the whole Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Well, he wasn't Scorpion yet, but after that whole battle in the beginning of the film,
when I was watching that, I was like, "Oh crap, this movie is going to be so good."
Yeah.
The setup was like on par. You're like, oh, you had chills. You're like, this is going to be such a great movie. Yeah. And then you're just watching it, and you're like, what the freak just happens here? Yeah.
And the other thing is too, like, you're setting up Scorpion's story, but what about Sub-Zero? You know. Mm-hmm. Now the whole story behind that, I believe, is that Sub-Zero, like, was it Scorpion's character or his people that killed Sub-Zero's villain? I don't know what it was, but there was a reason why there was beef. There was a reason why. What's his name? Bihan?
It was Bihan.
Bihan is Sub-Zero, right?
So hold on. So let's go here.
I'm pretty sure Bihan is Sub-Zero because he says Bihan and he goes, "I'm not Bihan anymore. I'm Sub-Zero."
Yeah. So Scorpions, Hanzo, Hanzo's, yeah, and then Sub-Zero's Bihan.
Okay,
yeah.
So there was a reason Bihan was there, but we don't know it. You know, there's a whole lore behind that. Like they could have explored that. If you're not going to, the reason why it bothered me so much is they introduced a new character in Cole, right?
Yes.
Which is to me was a shitty character anyway. Like he had a cool scene, but it was a shitty developed character. Like Raiden basically says, you can't. Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it was Raiden that said it. One of them said you can't go to your family because going back to your family will kill them. They will come after you and kill you and your family. And what does he do toward the middle of the film? Goes back to his family. So like why create a completely new character when you could have just had Liu Kang the forefront, like the original did? Have him be the chosen one, you know?
And have Johnny Cage make the appearance that he belongs.
Right. Yeah, I'm okay with them. Look, I'm glad that we at least got a teaser of Johnny Cage for a possible sequel. I don't know because I don't know how well I'm assuming this film wasn't really well received. So I don't know if the negative reception of this film will likely push forward another a sequel. So I don't know what they're going to do. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so another thing was, so you know how the first movie had, mix of like Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 characters, and this one had a mix of Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 characters.
Yeah.
Then they introduced random characters like the one from Deadly Alliance and Mortal Kombat 4 that I just don't understand why they were in it.
Well, also what it did for that, so what that did for somebody like me. Now, I'll be honest. I remember the older video games, whether it was the arcade, Genesis, PlayStation. I do remember those games. And of course, I remember the first 2 films. And some of those characters beyond that, I'm at a loss. Like, I didn't know some of these characters that were on the screen. Yeah. I had no idea. And I'm not saying that they need to only cater to a fan like me. No, they shouldn't. They should cater to the fans that are still playing this fucking Mortal Kombat game. I mean, you got Jason, Freddy Krueger, Terminator, you got Rambo,
random characters. Yeah,
you got like fucking Sylvester Stallone and T2 going at it, in the game, which is cool. I'm not saying it's not cool, but my point is, like, yeah, cater to the fans that are still playing the games, of course. But I was at a loss. I had no idea what these characters were.
Yeah, but then but my thing is, those characters, if you're going to put them in them, have them in them for longer than the 2 seconds they were in them.
Yeah.
So when they made those like appearances, like what was it?
Are you talking about Katara, the one that got killed by Kung Lao?
Nitara.
Nitara, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nitara.
So Nitara came in, and then there was also, I'm trying to remember, Reiko. Reiko was in it.
Yeah, Reiko. Yeah.
So I'm just like, why? Why were they in it for like 2 seconds, just randomly?
Well, they're saying that Reiko is most likely probably going to be in the sequel, and he's going to be a bigger character in the sequel. That's what they're saying. So. If Reiko is, but yeah, it didn't, like you said, it didn't make any sense. You're going to have Nitara come in and she gets immediately killed by Kung Lao, which was a cool scene.
Yeah.
And he's another character I did enjoy this film. I loved his ability. I love the hat. I remember that from the video games. Him. I did like him. Of course, what do you call it? Oh God. Shang Tsung. I always love that character as well. I was also upset, like you said, how quick and easy Goro was killed.
Goro.
Who else?
So,
and Raiden. I actually do like the way they did Raiden. I mean, first of all, they actually got an Asian character to play Raiden, which makes sense. Right. But just the way he was, I did like Raiden, but I didn't like the way they had what Raiden did in this film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And don't get me started on Jax's T-Rex arms.
So they completely butchered up Jax too, because Jax is a cool character.
I mean, but they give him, that's his superpower, which made, no, come on, your superpower is to get metal arms. That was the other thing I didn't like.
Generated to, like, wasn't that like, it was weird? But okay, so here's my thing too. So I'm not the only one, but Princess Katana is a great character.
Yeah, no, a lot of people love Katana.
Huge fan favorite. So Melina is supposed to be like her clone sister or something. Okay, I get it. So they bring Melina in, but no Princess Katana.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why?
Yeah. You and I were talking about that about a week ago. So the only mention that they even had of Katana was the what do you call it? The mural. Not the mural. The what are those things called? The drawings on the wall.
Yeah. I don't remember what they're called, but they were the drawings on the wall.
So the drawings on the wall that were depicting previous tournaments or previous fights, Katana is actually depicted there. So that's the only thing we get.
Yeah.
The only thing.
Yeah.
Even, and the other thing too, like if we go, let's go over some of the characters from, the original characters. Even Sonya, I wasn't crazy about in this film.
No. So Sonya was my least favorite character in that whole movie. And Cole Young, I think, is just right there.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Yeah. That's why I hated what they did with Jax, because I actually like Jax's character. We get a little bit more of a setup with Jax. I love the fight between him and Sub-Zero. At first, I'm like, oh, you know what? I think from the trailers, I think he's going to get killed here. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, that's not what he's getting. Like, I'm literally talking to myself as it's happening. I'm like, he's going to lose his fucking arms. Yeah. And then sure enough, it happens. I'm like, yes, finally. Okay. And then I thought, so what Raiden had said is that with these guys, the people that are tending to Jax, they're searching all other realms for technology or the abilities to fix his arms. So I thought that's what was going to do. That's how he was going to get his metal arms. I didn't think they were going to equip him with little T-Rex arms and then his Akana, which is another thing that bothered me, that they had to find their Akana. Like, what is that shit? Like, I don't mind Liu Kang shooting fireballs. I don't mind that. But I wanted the mystery behind that, the mystique behind it, not knowing that it's like a little thing that they have to find. It's just, I don't know. It was a very badly edited film. Like it wasn't put together right. And the fact that there was no tournament is another reason why I didn't like it.
I think the only thing that I liked from it that the first one kind of didn't have was, like Sonya did have her bracelets. I thought that was cool. Yeah. And Kano did his eyes. I thought that was cool. Then you had the hat. Cool. Yeah. Those little pieces were really cool. Yeah. They just set them up and did them in the wrong way.
And don't forget, also too, one of the coolest scenes in the film was Kung Lao's dragon. Not Kung Lao, Liu Kang's dragon.
Where he came up and
yeah, that was a really cool scene. That actually, I love that scene. Yeah. That was really cool. But the other scene too with what was it? Oh no, we talked about that. I'm sorry. That's when what do you call it? Natara dies. But it's like it's just weird, like you said, to bring in these characters that I didn't even know about or whatever. Oh, Cabal. Let's talk about Cabal. He was funny. I thought he was funny. I got a kick out of his the actor
I think he was I was gonna bring him because he was one of the characters that I think were up there with Kano for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then him and Kano are also like a team up as well. They're, So that was cool. But like I said, and like you said, the fact that there was no tournament, they went in a different direction with this, which is fine. You don't have to replicate, you don't have to do the same exact thing that the original Mortal Kombat did. But if you're going to introduce a new character like a Cole or even the characters that I'm not familiar with that other avid Mortal Kombat fans would be, do better with them. Just do better with them. That's it. I'm all right there. All right, fine. You want to bring in Cole. You don't want to have Liu Kang as the chosen one or whatever it is what Liu Kang was supposed to be. Okay, then just treat Cole a little bit better than what you did.
Yeah, and then it took me a little bit. I'm like, what? Well, what's Cole's Akana? And I'm like, is he like the Black Panther? Is that like the Black Panther? Like is that his Akana? Like he pulls all that energy and uses it like. And it took me a little bit to figure out, I was like, wow, okay,
it was, I was watching this YouTube, the guy that does the bad pitch meetings, and they were talking about, the Mortal Kombat. And he said, and then we're going to have the guy just beat the shit, or I don't know, he didn't say shit, but just basically beat the shit out of the frozen statues of his family to try to free them. Like, it was just like that scene didn't make any, like the whole fight between him, Sub-Zero, and then of course we finally get Scorpion. That was the other thing that bothered me. Like they introduced the Scorpion character. He goes to hell, which I don't know. So that's the other thing too. Why did he go to hell? He was killed. His whole family was pretty much killed. His village was killed. And then he went to hell. There was a reason he had to have gone to hell for, I don't know. But he goes to hell or whatever that was. he finally comes back, and then we get Scorpion. Like, I wanted to see more Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I did.
Yeah.
Like, those are the two main characters to me in Mortal Kombat. When I think Mortal Kombat, personally, this is me, but when I think Mortal Kombat, the image that comes to mind right away is a cover of Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Those two. You know, and then
I'm a little bit backstory from what I know, okay. For Scorpion. So Scorpion, I'm trying to just go over my notes real quick. So in the original setup, Scorpion is supposed to be a villain, right?
Right, yes.
Okay. So pulling from now how his character is supposed to be, it says Scorpion is supposed to be like his recent incarnations of the character has him kind of noble, heroic, okay. And he's part of what's called the Hirai Ryu clan.
Okay.
And he's driven into madness and vengeance and hellish possession by Scorpion when his family is murdered. So that's why it's tracking into this movie.
Gotcha.
So that's what the film is kind of doing. So his family is murdered and he's driven into kind of madness and hell. I think that's what the movie's trying to portray here.
Gotcha.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's just from what my notes are taken from.
So why was that happening with Cole then? Cole was getting those glimpses and not of the madness, but Cole was getting glimpses of what his heritage, I guess, was, or his lineage, I should say, his lineage. Because I'm assuming Cole is a descendant of Scorpion. That's pretty much what they set up, right?
Yes, Cole. It's his lineage, his line. Yeah.
So I mean, and that's the other thing too. A lot of people speculated that he was going to become the next Scorpion, which would have made sense. Fine.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you're gonna do away with the older Scorpion in the beginning of the film. I'm okay with it. And then you're teasing this lineage. I assumed he was going to just take up the mantle of Scorpion. Instead, like you said, all we got was a gold Black Panther.
Yes.
It's pretty much what we got. So
yeah, I was like, what is happening right now? Is he absorbing the energy and using it? I was like, wow, okay, he's Black Panthering right now, I guess.
And I even said, too, what would have made more sense with the whole Kano situation. And well, first of all, I don't like the fact that they made it where if you kill the champion, you get the mark. I thought you were just born with it. Or maybe it's Maybelline. But I thought you were given that, you were chosen to have that mark. Not that.
That's what I always assumed.
Somebody had said on the internet, well, what if you're like a 90-something-year-old senile person just driving a car? You actually happen to kill a champion by accident with your car. Did you become a champion? Is the fate of the world rests on a 90-year-old senile driver?
I always thought you were born with the mark.
Yeah. Yeah. So the fact that she has to kill, or that's how Kano got the mark because he killed the champion, was a little whatever. But what they could have done is that I think I told you about it. The gnome to the eye could have been the reason why he got the robotic eye or the mechanical eye. Didn't have to kill him. That could have been like during the fight towards the end of the film, he gets it to the head, and what happens to him is more of a mystery. Like, we don't know what happens to him. It's not apparent that he's dead or not. Yeah. Which they can pretty well do. They can still do it, but that would have made more sense. Not that was the fatal blow. And then I guess no, because she has the mark now, right? So she did kill him.
She did kill him.
And she has her Arcana. She shoots purple lasers.
Bracelet lasers.
The pink, is it pink or purple? Whatever.
They're like purple. They were all purple, yeah. Oh, yeah,
I was hoping that the thing that they sent, that Shang Tsung sent to kill, like when we got the battle between Kano and Cole and Sonya, I was hoping it was actually reptile. It was just another type of lizard creature. I don't know if that was actual reptile, right?
So I thought it wasn't reptile, but apparently it is reptile.
I didn't know that because I thought reptile is the what do you call it? Like the pet of Katana.
So yeah, because I was paying attention and I was like, I don't think that's Reptile. Like,
Yeah,
I
it didn't look
think
like Reptile.
it was. But when I was researching and doing if you IMDb it too, it is Reptile.
All right.
Yeah.
I liked Reptile. I liked him because he was basically Sub-Zero in a green suit in the video game. And then also, too, another character I liked that was underrated, but that was also just because I just liked the colors, whatever, was Smoke.
Yeah.
I liked Smoke's character as well. I don't know if we're going to get that because, like I said, it's really like it's an afterthought of a character. Um, but yeah, I would have liked more. And a lot of people said this too with Sub-Zero because he was always my favorite character. I would have liked a more traditional, the more traditional look. I think we got that more towards the end of the film, but
Mhm.
I would have liked a more traditional look.
So you know how Sub-Zero is two characters? It's Sub-Zero and his darker side.
I did not know. No,
Noob Sabat. Is
uh,
it Noob Sabat? Did we see him in that?
I don't think so.
Okay. I think because I thought it was set up that we were supposed to see Noob Sabat, or is we going to see that in the
Why does that
second?
sound familiar?
He's supposed to be the darker version of
Right, I know, but that whole
Noob.
that name sounds familiar. Now you're jarring some type of memory.
And I'm like, did I miss it? Because I did not want to watch the movie again.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, the character Sub-Zero is dead now. He was killed, but I don't know if he. No, I don't think we've seen that.
And I was wondering because it was mentioned, and I was like, when he died, did that happen? Because it didn't trigger into my brain because I know, and I was like, or is it going to come to the second movie? Because I'm just like, maybe I missed it because I know it was mentioned. So
Yeah. No,
I was like, Joe knows.
I gotta go back and look at that again. I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm like, I'm not sitting watching that again.
But here's another cool thing that I didn't realize. So after watching the original one over, Kung Lao was mentioned, but he's like not a descendant. Yeah, Liu Kang is a descendant of Kung Lao. It says that's all it says. It's the only thing that's mentioned about Kung Lao in the original film. So I like the fact that we actually see him, and that's why I said I like the fact that we see him in this one.
Mm-hmm.
What other characters? We didn't get the Emperor, which like what is it, Shao Kahn? I think we just got like a statue of Shao Kahn.
Yeah, and then don't we see in the beginning of the movie, or was it in the beginning, like way beginning, or maybe it was. It's like an animated, the other evil guy and another in the outworld.
Right. Well, thank you. Really quick while you mentioned the Outworld, that was another thing. Like I thought we could have gotten more Outworld too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we didn't get that. We the quick glimpses of Melina in the Outworld, you know, and or meeting with Shang Tsung.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were going to get more Outworld, but so you're basically saying in the beginning did we see Shao Kahn?
I thought we saw that evil person
Maybe
in
we did.
animated form.
Maybe it was.
Remember.
Maybe it was Shao Kahn. I don't know, but that was a quick, like I said, we only got quick glimpses of the Outworld.
Thought there was a quick glimpse of that. Maybe, I don't know. Not. I don't remember anymore. Everything just rolling together with me now because I was trying to remember this first movie.
But it's also too, like I said, it also boils back to it being just a badly edited film. Things were the way it was clipped. It was all over the place.
I think that's what it was too.
And I also too don't like. Okay, not only did you take the Chosen One thing away from Liu Kang, you took that angle away from Liu Kang, but then I even told you I didn't like the way they made Liu Kang's character. He made him a little cocky, like a little too cocky. Like by the time we get to him, so in the original Mortal Kombat, he's not really Liu Kang yet, as far as we know him, like as the Mortal Kombat champion. In this one, he's already established as a champion. He already knows his powers, and he's like just a little full of himself. You know, I wasn't really crazy about this depiction of Liu Kang. I would have liked
emo too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. I think I said that too. I think I think I was a little bit more. I think I used another word, but yeah, I think he was a little emo.
Yeah, a little bit. And I was like, why would they make him like that? Like that's not how his character is.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
What's some other characters that we're missing? So we said Natara, we said Melina.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to make sure that we went over all the characters.
No, we covered them. I think we did. Yeah, Kano, Reptile, Scorpion.
Right.
Sub-Zero, Goro, was upset about that. Jax, Cole Young, Nitara, Kung Lao, Reiko, Cabal. Yeah, we covered them.
All right. And like I said, it's a shame because they did do some things with the film that I was happy to see. Like I did like Sub-Zero's entrance when he goes to find Cole. It starts to snow and then things freeze a little bit. Then
Mhm.
he takes the frozen particles and just smashes them down to the ground. Like those scenes were cool. And then of course his fight with Jax when he takes Jax's arms. Those were all cool. I mean, nothing like the very first 5-7 minutes of the film. I thought that was really cool how at that point, I forget his actual name, but Scorpion makes the actual weapon that we know him for.
Mhm.
How he improvises, because that's the only thing that's there that he uses to kill his to assassinate the people that are attacking him.
And you always love hearing "get over here."
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
always love hearing those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, and it was horrible in the original. Like
Oh
the very
yeah,
first one, oh, it was
absolutely.
horrible. Get over here! It was just so weird. It was so weird. But even the way they did it too. Like again, I know it was low budget, and especially the technology wasn't what it is now back in '95. The computer graphics that had the thing come out of his hand. I
And
I
that's
liked
what I
it.
liked about this one was how they use like the knife and
It was
chain.
practical. It was
Yeah,
practical. Yeah,
practical.
yeah,
Yeah. So that was really cool. And
yeah,
then, even this movie though, I didn't like Sonya, but she did her, her leg thing.
yeah.
I love that. They brought all those pieces back, but they just didn't hit the marks in some areas with those things.
Now I'm confused. I'm like kind of like what's the word? Meshing the two briefly in my mind. So you got to bear with me for a second because I'm forgetting now. I know in the original he does, but did we see bicycle kick in this film with Liu Kang? The up in the air kick, his
No, I know
signature
what you're talking
move. I can't remember because I know that was his big thing in the original film.
I don't think so. I think they just used a dragon in this
Okay,
one.
all right, all right. I can't remember if they used that, but that would have been cool if they did. Um, Yeah, look, what it boils down to, when I first saw the film, as I said, first few minutes of the film was great. And that's the funny thing is, that's the clip that they released online. So when we got a first glimpse of this movie, that's what they chose to show us. Was literally those first few minutes, that fight, that set up between him and Sub-Zero. So I mean, it was no coincidence that they did that because it's pretty much the best part of the film. Um, But other than that, look, when first viewing, as I said, I love the Kano character. I laughed. I found it entertaining. It's not like I thought it was a horrible film, but there are things that it was a disappointing film to me
Yes.
because of how hyped I was, because of it being 2021, and I thought maybe things were going to be a little bit better. They were going to correct the issues that they had graphically with the original.
Even you're telling me, so here's my thing too.
Yeah,
You're telling me that with that song that Mortal Kombat has, and the first one redid it, okay?
yeah.
You couldn't do something with it in this one?
I know. I know. I was a little disappointed in that too.
So, come on.
Because that's what made the first movie even better than it was. It was because of the fucking soundtrack and because of that title song.
Right. I was expecting something like I was so hyped. I'm like, we're gonna get a new song, we're gonna get a new song, we're gonna get a new song. At least something. Nothing.
No. No.
Nothing.
No. No. And that's the thing. What it comes down to is what we were expecting is not what we got.
Right.
And that's where it fails. And the other thing is too. No, that's the original. Forget it. See, I'm meshing the two.
Yeah.
There were a couple of fights in the original where they say flawless victory, and it wasn't really flawless because flawless victories.
What was good about this one though was some of those death scenes.
The death scenes are awesome.
Awesome.
No, they were. The fatalities, the death scenes in this film were really good. They did a good job there.
Yeah.
It's another good point. Yes. When it comes to that those were cool. The fatalities were really cool in this one. They did stay true to the video game and whatever. But look, on the whole, we both agree we would love to see more tournament, like more of a tournament format. It wouldn't have been all over the place. It would have made more sense for a film instead of going back and forth, especially with Cole's character. I think they could have completely did away with Cole's character and just stuck with Liu Kang as your main guy. And then introduce other characters, but just do it better, Like you introduced Kung Lao. We finally get to see Kung Lao on the screen. Great. And you did a good job with him. But what about the other characters? Like you said, the ones that were killed like that.
Yeah.
And Cabal, like as funny as Cabal was, he served no purpose. What was the purpose?
Don't know.
Get a big guy like Goro. Everybody couldn't wait to see, it's going to be better than 1995. We're going to finally see, Goro in action. And what happens? He gets killed.
Yeah.
He doesn't get punched in the balls in this one to knock him down, but it was a cool fight scene between him and Johnny. But in the first one.
So weird. But you know what's funny about Goro? It's like in the first one, he wasn't a usable character.
No.
And then you're bringing him in these movies, and in the first one, it takes him a little while he does some carnage and stuff like that. It takes him a little while to get down. This one, you just kill him right off.
Yeah.
What's happening? So.
Yeah. Well, look, see what happens with a sequel. Maybe they'll learn from their mistakes. Maybe they'll do a little bit better character development. Maybe we'll just get better characters. I mean, like you said, we still haven't got Katana. Mm-hmm. We still haven't got Johnny Cage. Mm-hmm. We know most of these people are going to be returning. From the hero standpoint, it's will be remain to be seen what happens with the other characters that were killed, because they can, I guess, easily get brought back. I think Kano gets brought back. I think Kano going to get brought back with his eye being the way we know it. I don't know. I think it would be pointless to bring Goro back, even though he's a big character. He's dead. I just don't see them bringing him back. And then, of course, who else?
I think possibly, too, because didn't he die in Earth? He died in Earth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died in Earth. Kano
didn't die in Earth, right?
No.
So it possibly be easier to bring characters like that back.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Well, I mean, it looks whatever. Again, as I said, I when trying to think of the best word to review this film, I would say more along the lines of disappointing. I really do.
And if I had to grade it, I'd give it a D minus.
Yeah, I'd give it a D. Yeah. D minus.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it was just disappointing. That's kind of what it was. It was just because you get all hyped up about it, and you just something you want to see, especially because again, it's one of those things you're like, oh, my childhood.
Well, I mean, it's also the simple fact that look, it's 26 years after the original film. You would think you can be better than the original film. Mm-hmm. You're not limited when it comes to technology. You're not limited when it comes to being able to bring these characters on the screen and make them look real and just do something beautiful with them. And just, again, for a 1995 film to be a little bit better than this one it's a shame. It really is.
Yeah. And that's a shame because the 1995 film wasn't that great.
No, it wasn't. And look, I was 17 when it came out. I saw it in the theaters. I loved it for what it was. But let's be honest, most of the reason why we loved it was the fucking soundtrack.
Right. The soundtrack that you hyped and you want to watch it. Yeah.
But all right, guys. Well, that's it. Let us know what you thought of the film. Was it as disappointing to you as it was for us? Maybe you liked it. Maybe you enjoyed it. Drop a comment. Let us know. But that's going to be pretty much it for our Mortal Kombat 2021 review. Let's see if they even come out with a sequel. As far as reception, as I said, I don't think it got many good reviews. So I don't know what the studio is going to do moving forward. I mean, they did set up a sequel. They teased a sequel. So let's see if they actually come out with one. But Kitty, thank you for coming on, finally doing this review. Yeah. Any other movies that come out? I don't know if you want to do a review on this. Because I really don't know what to think of it. I have to watch it first. But the new Angelina Jolie film now is out on HBO MAX.
Which one is that?
Shit, I can't think of the name. But yeah, it literally just got released yesterday, I think.
Because I just finished watching Invincible, so I could watch something if you want me to.
I really have to get on the boat, whatever it is. Not the boat. What is the word? What's the saying? You got to get on the whatever when everybody's watching something.
Bandwagon?
Is it bandwagon? That's
Yeah.
what I thought. Everybody's talking about that show. What is it on? Amazon or Hulu?
It's on Amazon.
Okay,
so
good.
It's amazing. It's freaking amazing. I can't even tell you how amazing it is.
The fuck is it? Those Who Wish Me Dead.
Oh, is it like what kind of? Is it drama?
It says it. Look, somebody on Yahoo says I don't scare easy.
Oh,
Angelina Jolie talks return to action in fiery thriller.
all right.
So
I can go do this.
hold on. Oh, you know what else too that came out? But I mean, it's not streamable. You have to go see it in the theaters. But it got really bad reviews so far. Early bad reviews is Spiral, the Book of Saw.
So is that out?
Yeah, I'm disappointed. It came out on the 13th, I think. Yeah, a lot of people were giving it.
I really wanted to see that.
I know that. I couldn't wait for this to come out. People are saying that, Chris Rock was good, but it's literally, it's not even like a Saw film. It's bits and pieces of Saw, but it's like a bad 7. Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna go to the movie to see it, but I'm still gonna watch it. I still want to see what it, They did say though, the only good thing about the film was that the death scenes are very, very imaginative and very good.
I mean, that's why I watch Saw.
Yeah. I mean, what else you watching Saw for? You're not watching Saw for the fucking dialogue.
I know. I mean, why are you watching Saw if you're not watching it for the death scenes?
But I don't really know much about this Angelina Jolie film. We don't have to do a review for it, but I do want to watch it because I'm a little intrigued by it. It's like I said, it's an HBO Max and movie theater simultaneous release. So I'm going to give it a go.
Well, I'll go watch it right now, and after I watch it, and I'll give you a word if I think we should do a review. We'll run it by you and see what you think.
All right, guys. Well, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We will be back again next weekend for our Game Changers review for episode 9. As I said, we got 2 episodes to go on that. And again, I hope you enjoyed this review for Mortal Kombat. Please let us know what you thought of the film and smash that like button. And of course, subscribe to the channel for future content. All right, Kitty, enjoy your day. And thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. All right. Bye-bye.